Hello everyone, welcome to One Year On. I'm Alison, and today I have the second part of the interview with Julie Jarman, who is the CEO of My FeldenKrazy Ways. She has been an absolutely fantastic person to interview, and I hope you enjoy this second part in her interview series.
And you're looking at detail on the plants, and you're looking at your yard like a canvas, like a painter. And I feel like that also was helping with my visual acuity, seeing detail and my balance. I saw so many people, exercise physiologist with a sports physiotherapist who gave me particular exercises, and I'd practice those. I'd visit my GP and my optometrist and ophthalmologist from time to time, but I have to say that they pretty much always said, you have complex eye problems. There's not much we can do for you other than surgery. Oh. Yeah, there was very little hope there.
That's not very kind to say that.
Oh, it was absolutely devastating, but luckily I am also a very determined character. So
I think determination and that self-determination is so important because it's what drives you forwards.
Yes, well,
and that you just don't stop until you get what you want.
And it is something that I know I do have. I've always been told that I'm a determined and enthusiastic person, so I can do it. I'm not saying that in a big-headed way. I'm saying for me, that's an easy thing in a sense for me to keep up with. For other people, it's a really significant challenge to find that enthusiasm or motivation. I was seeing loads of other people too, chiropractors, acupuncturists. I did tennis as rehabilitation. At first I started in a big group, and it was quite humbling because, like I said, I wasn't a brilliant player, but I could play. But tennis relies on eye-hand coordination. Well,
it does.
That had totally disappeared. I could not see the ball till it was hitting me in the face.
Wow.
And then I got to be able to have an instructor, so it was just me and him on my own, and that was so much better. But it was a really good thing to do for all those things about eyes and balance, but also because I was laughing and enjoying life. Yeah,
well, I can't play tennis even before the stroke.
No excuse.
So the fact that somebody can play tennis, it is a hard game to play because you're jumping all over the court and you've got to coordinate yourself to hit that ball.
Oh yes, it takes a lot of skill, but other people might say, look, I love soccer and now I have problems with my left leg. Okay. Do walking soccer, or I can't see clearly anymore, or my fingers are not working. Well, it takes a real courage and bravery, but if you can start playing a game where you have to pick up a piece and put it down again, and be kind to yourself, would also be the sort of thing that I was doing. See, I'm not good at waiting for change.
You and me both, Julie. You and me both.
I'm hearing that, Alison. So I wasn't prepared to wait. My life was happening right then and there, and this brain explosion, kabam, had happened, and I was living the effects of it every day. And I wanted more change and knew that it takes time. But in reality, for me anyway, it comes like a trickle. It's not everything all at once. It was more sequential and cumulative, like a good curriculum. That's the way I think about it. So it's been the story of my recovery. Slow, sequential, yes, cumulative improvement, and that I hope never stops because now I'm getting older and there'll be a whole other set of things that I need to take on board. So I'll just bring them all in together and keep on working at it with perseverance. I think that's what you have to do.
I think if you are a lifelong learner, you never stop.
Yes, I agree.
Even if you do retire from work, you won't stop learning.
Well,
you'll just do it in a different way.
How to use CapCut and how to use Yes, how to create MP4 videos. I've been, yes, still learning, definitely.
Still learning. There's always more to learn, right?
There's so much more to learn. Oh my God,
Yeah.
don't get me started on what I don't know. Oh,
Well, that's life, right?
yeah.
And you just gather experiences and try and get a proficiency. So
Yeah,
I'm very much with you there. It's something that I've been involved with for a long time. Just learning new things and absorbing information, absorbing skills. It's fascinating. I love it. And as a teacher, you actually foster that within your children or your adults if you're an adult
Oh,
learner,
yeah. My kids
teacher.
tell me that I was always telling them that everything has consequences. I mean, I think that's true, but I didn't know that I was that, consistent or that I damaged them that way. Oh.
Mine would probably say the same. Well, oh goodness. I think I used to say to mine when they were little, don't muck around, you'll always get hurt. Because they did.
Yeah?
They really muck around and they would hurt themselves. But, they have to learn, what they can do. It's about boundaries, isn't it?
Yeah, but without stopping them from exploring.
Well,
Safe,
yeah.
safe boundaries.
Yeah, true. Maybe I stopped my children from
Maybe you
exploring.
scarred your children too.
Maybe, probably. I think we all carry scars in
I
some
think,
way.
actually, I think
Oh
that's true
dear.
as well.
Yeah. So, was there a turning point that changed the direction of your rehab?
Well, yeah, as I said earlier, about 9 years later, even though I tried really hard to be creative and innovative and, get ideas from everywhere, I had run out. But I wasn't ready to stop. I still don't even feel that I'm ready to stop. But that's when I discovered the Feldenkrais method. And that was a huge turning point in my recovery and the beginning of yet another phase of the out of hospital recovery. So I started seeing Eva in 2016, and that completely changed how I thought about my recovery because now I knew that improvement was still possible. Is it still possible to improve? Well, I went and saw her, and there was a leap that made me go, oh my goodness, there is still so much more
Wow.
that can happen. I went to her knowing that I'd been able to work with my own balance. I kind of knew what made sense and how to approach that, but I was less successful in working with my eyes. So I went to her wanting to focus on them, but they were not ready to play. She said they were hard and tight like a fortress. So
Goodness.
never going to forget that. But when she was telling me that they were unyielding. So we focused on other problems because, I still had plenty to focus on. And there was
Oh
this
dear.
day where one time after she had been working on me, I stood up and she was writing notes at her desk. And I thought, she's writing her notes. I wasn't really thinking all these things, but she was writing notes at her desk. And I just thought that she, couldn't see me. And I staggered as I stood up from this low table. And that was nothing new for me, nothing new at all. I was used to staggering, like my language just then. But it was new for Eva. And she said to me, I saw that. What was that? So I knew I couldn't pretend anymore. That the jig was up, and I just told her everything. So at that stage, it's 10 years on, best part of 10 years on, and I admitted that to her that I was always dizzy. I looked drunk at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh dear.
Because of the way I walked, not because
Well,
I
of
had
course.
anything to drink.
No, exactly. But somebody just looking at you wouldn't know the difference.
And that's right. And you think, yeah, that person thinks I'm drunk. I have not had anything. It's just a big, fat, massive brain hemorrhage. Anyway, my eyes usually spun outrageously when I stood up.
Wow.
I hated people seeing me struggle at work. and I hated what I thought would be the unkind assumptions they would make about me and my ability. So there's a bit of ego happening there, I know. But I'd been raised not to be a problem, not even when you're seeing someone whose very job is to help you with your problems. So I've become very good at pretending that I was okay when really I wasn't. Anyway, so Eva said to me after seeing me stagger, she said, I want you to sit down. And we agreed that I was going to try to stand up in a way that didn't make me dizzy. And she guided me. So she said, put your feet on the floor and just pour your weight into your feet. So I did that and said, yep, okay, lean over a little bit and, let your shoulders soften, because mine were usually tight, not something I hadn't even realised. Let your head be gentle and just curve it over, and try not to brace. Breathe well. So I did all of that, and then she said to stand up with my weight in my feet and just to use the strength in my legs. And so I did that, and oh my goodness, I wasn't dizzy. Now, this was really extraordinary for me. My eyes stayed calm. They didn't spin around like a spin cycle. And when I walked just a little bit in the room, I didn't wobble, I didn't stagger. And so I was just completely astonished and really grateful. And the experience was so complete and so profound within me that I've never had to remind myself again that's how I would stand.
Thank you very much for listening. If you have enjoyed this episode, please like, share and subscribe and leave a comment. I'll be back next time to continue with Julie's interview in part 3. Thank you.